Well, good morning, family. Hope you guys are having a wonderful, blessed Wednesday because Grammie is. I am just in from the rain and the wind this morning. I had to come in early to work. I had little grandbabies to drop off at school. I have 3 destinations to go to. I have to have Megan at school early because she has early morning basketball practice. Then we take Jackson and drop him off for kindergarten, and then Chachi goes to preschool. So Grammie is busy, and I get lots of kisses and hugs in the morning, and it's just wonderful. Even my 14-year-old never gets out of the van without me kissing her forehead or her kissing my cheek. She wouldn't want anybody to know that. But she still likes to have a kiss, and I'm able to pray over them. I want to tell you, I have something to be thankful for. I've got a couple of things I'm going to share through encouragement this morning. I just want to say I'm so thankful for Testimony Tuesday. And I want to put this out there first and foremost. When me and my brother were talking about denominations, we were not attacking any church. Let me tell you, in God's kingdom, there's going to be Catholics. There's going to be Pentecostals. There's going to be Baptists. There's going to be all people representing Jesus and his churches in heaven. And you know why? Because it's what's in here and not what's on the door. And that's what I was trying to get across the other night. We're all going, he's going to gather all of his people from all 4 corners of the earth. And it's what we have in here. It's what we feel in here. And if we've lived a good life, and if we've tried to serve him, and if he knows us, and if our name's in the Lamb's Book of Life. So I just wanted to put that out there because as I watched it, I realized that I might have sounded like I was being critical. That was not my intention. I love each and every one of you. Let me tell you something. I have some wonderful Baptist people in my family, and I love them, and they are good, godly people. I have some wonderful Church of Christ people in my family. They are wonderful, good, godly people. And I have some Pentecostal friends, and they are good, godly people. I have some Catholic people, and they are good, godly people. I'm not here to judge. God knows your heart, and that's all that matters. Let's move on into some encouragement. So this week I was going through something. I was going through some trials, and I was feeling mighty low on Monday. I was feeling low. I'd had a little spat with my husband, and we had made up. He had said, honey, I'm sorry, because we have to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning with little babies, and we have to fix breakfast, and we're old. So sometimes and we got a new puppy in the house, and my 14-year-old sometimes is slow moving in the morning. She's like a sloth in the morning. So we're just trying to get her going, kids going, everything. And he's working 2 jobs right now, and he's just tired, and I'm tired. And so anyway, it happens. So I came to work, and we talked on the phone, and I said, I'm sorry. And he said, I'm sorry too. He said, have a good day. And I said, you have a good day too. But I felt down all day long, but it wasn't about the spat. It was about the trials that are going on in our life right now. And so I just felt defeated. I just felt completely defeated. And so I'm at work, and I'm trying to watch. I have a little tablet that's in my office, and as I'm covering books on this table here, because I'm in a private office, I will let Christian music play, or I will listen to a minister, or I'll watch Whippoorwill Hollow or something. I'll watch, my friend, Miss Darlene over at Super at 60, or, I catch up on my YouTube, but most of the time I do try to watch something that's going to build me spiritually every day. And I just couldn't absorb anything. I was so full of negativity that I couldn't absorb any of the positivity that comes from the Word and hearing the Word. I was just shut down. And so I just went, oh, Jesus. And I just sit here for a minute, and I just said, Jesus, I just don't know. And all of a sudden, I heard the Lord speak into my soul. I didn't hear him audibly. I heard him in my soul. And he said, who is your God? And he said it with such a force that I stopped for a minute, and I looked around. I was like, oh, huh? Because when you hear the voice of God, you take notice. And he said, who is your God? He said it more forcefully. And I said, you are my God. And I heard the word pray inside of my soul, inside of me, in my heart. And I started to pray. And as I started to pray, I felt like I needed to send this prayer to my husband. At the same time, my husband was feeling the same defeat because we were going through the same trial. And I sent him a prayer. And then I said, who is your God? And he said, Jesus. And I said, who do you belong to? And he said, Jesus. And then I said, who are you? And then my husband said, well, I'm just old Harold. And I said, no, you are a child of the Most High God. So am I. And there is nothing in this world that is impossible with him. And I said, we got to remember who our God is. So if you're going through something and it seems like you're not getting an answer, it seems like that you are not getting through, you are still just walking in the quicksand and you just cannot get moved through it. Let me tell you, who is your God? Who is your God? And who do you belong to? You are a child of the Most High God. Now, I want you to know immediately that negativity washed off of me. I felt like I was picked up and dusted off and hugged and told, there you go. That night I was climbing in bed. It was 9 o'clock. I hadn't even pulled the sheet up on me. And Harold called me. And he said, I just got a text message. And we got our answer. And it was a good answer. And God answered that prayer. We thought that it was completely blocked, that there was a wall there. It wasn't going to happen. There was no way in this world that they were going to bend, do what they, and God gave us an answer. So let me tell you, who is your God and who do you belong to? Now I'm going to share a cute little story with you. My daughter does not believe in God. She doesn't believe in Jesus. She does not tell me that I can't teach the grandchildren Jesus, but sometimes she code negatives back to it. So when I was at their house babysitting them on early Sunday morning, both their mom and dad had to work. We started watching. I found some Christian cartoons and let them watch them. And my grandson was very fascinated. And he doesn't really understand the concept of Jesus. He was asking me about Jesus, and I didn't really know how to explain it to a 5-year-old because you can't tell all the graphic things to a 5-year-old. You can tell them that he died, but he didn't quite understand. I said, well, let me see if I can find a cartoon. And I did, and I forget what they're called, but my grandson just loves them. And so we began to watch it, and he said, hey, can we watch that one where the dude died on the stick? He didn't know what to call it. And I'm sure Jesus just finds babies' innocence precious because they don't know. And so I said, well, that's Jesus, and he died on a cross. And he said, well, can we watch that again? And I said, well, yes, we can. And so we watched it, and he came over there. He said, Grammie, that just touched my heart. And I said, that's Jesus, honey. And I said, don't ever let anybody tell you that he's not real, because that's what he does. He touches our heart. He changes our life. He makes our life for the better. So anyway, I feel like he's going to be called for the gospel one day. That's what I feel. And I feel like Chachi has a calling on her life too. I'm not leaving her out because she's just as precious. But he asked me, he said, can I tell my mama? She came home and he said, can I tell my mama Jesus is real? I said, you tell her, and you tell her every day. And he went down the hall. He said, hey, mama, Jesus is real. And she said, really? And he said, yeah. And she said, well, okay. And I said, there he is. He's preaching the gospel. He's preaching the gospel in the hallway. So, and like I said, I'm blessed because she does not say, hey, quit teaching my children that, because there are grandparents, aunts and uncles, and whoever, if you love a child and you want to minister to them and teach them the good way of life, there are people that block it, but my daughter doesn't. And so I'm very thankful for that. I'm very, very, very thankful. God's chasing her. So that's all I got to say about that. She ain't going to get too far either. So, but anyway, so I wanted to tell you something that happened this morning that I thought was miraculous. So I had them Sunday, I had them Monday, and I had Tuesday, and I had them today. Now, Mom and Dad's off the rest of the week, so I won't get to see them anymore. Well, I mean, I get to see them, but I don't get to take them to school. That's precious. So anyway, this morning, I went to turn on YouTube, and we have each person on our TV has a different circle because, Megan has an account, Harold has an account, and I have an account. And I went to click on my account, and usually it brings up the page where you can search or you can choose what you want. And I watched my page last night, and I was watching a minister before I went to bed, and my husband had been on his. So there had been nobody watching cartoons since early yesterday morning, and they had even watched Blimpie. They watched a few Christian cartoons because they asked for it, and then afterwards they watched some Blimpie that's on YouTube too. And when I opened it up, it was the story of Jesus. It immediately played. And my husband said, first I said, that's unusual. And he said, did you not click it? I said, no. I said, and I even said, well, I think Jesus wants us to watch his story this morning. And Jackson said, yes, he does. And my husband said, I've never seen it do that before. And I said, no, it hasn't. The only time it's ever done that is if I'm on my phone and I back out and I go back in. Sometimes it'll have it paused and sitting there. But I'm telling you, it went right to it and began playing. I didn't have to hit play or anything. I just clicked into my name, and there it was. And I honestly believe that Jesus wants those babies to have his word in them. Jackson has a calling on his life. Charlotte has a calling on his life. You have a calling on your life. Your grandchildren have a calling. Your children have a calling. We all have our callings. I just want to tell you I love you. I love all my brothers and sisters, all the colors, all the different religions, whatever you are. I love you this morning. I hope you have been encouraged today. And just remember, who do you belong to? That's what I want to say. You are a child of the Most High God. You're a child. We get to call him Father. No other creation that he has gets to call him Father. He is their God. He is our Father. He's our Creator and he's our Father. You guys have a wonderful, blessed Wednesday. I'm going to come up on the weekend sometime with a good, delicious recipe. Probably show y'all some chickens. And I've got to get out there and deadhead my zinnias. And I thought I might show you how I take them and put them up for seed. And so I pray you guys have a wonderful, blessed week. And be encouraged in the name of Jesus. I'm Grammie Nae Nae. Goodbye.